Oh no, bro.
Oh shit. Oh, fuck! 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 Oh my god, those are moving.
What the hell? Is anyone here?
Do you hear this?
This clip comes from the YouTube channel Mighty Mouse, where Michael shares his passion for outdoor adventures, hiking, and fitness, hoping to inspire and inform others about staying active and healthy. Over the past 3 years, Michael has built a close-knit community around his exciting explorations and motivational content. In this particular video, Michael takes us along on a winter camping trip into the forest with his new puppy, Belle. It's December 20th, 2024. Michael arrives at the forest, eager to set off on his hike and take in the beauty of the winter scenery. Unbeknownst to him, the quiet woods are about to become the setting for an eerie and unforgettable encounter.
I don't think I'll really go that much in, but I'm hoping that there's water. If there's not water, we may have to go all the way down. But my pack is definitely pretty heavy right now. I think everything still pretty well on there. Yeah. But a lot of that is food and junk that I can dispose of in the fire while I'm out here. Come on. Alright, so I found my camp. We had to come down a good bit. There's usually water running down through that. I might be able to run off and find somewhere in there, but I'm gonna set up, I think, between this tree.
The forest feels serene as Michael finds what seems like the perfect spot to spend the night. Wasting no time, he begins setting up his shelter and preparing everything for a cozy evening under the trees, excited for a peaceful night with Belle by his side. But he has no idea that his tranquil adventure is about to turn into one of the most unsettling nights of his life.
Fire pit made, the cod in there, gotta lay some stuff out. Belle's eating. We need to try to drink us with water and go get the rest, but she spilled some of her water, so she must not want it too bad.
With camp fully set up, Michael watches the sun disappear behind the horizon as darkness slowly swallows the forest. Despite the encroaching shadows, his excitement for the night remains strong. He enjoys the moment, the crackle of the fire, and the playful energy of Belle. However, as night deepens, the forest begins to stir, and it's becoming clear he's not alone in the stillness.
She definitely seems a little tired and kind of scared, maybe. I don't know. Is your nail okay? Definitely hear some animals like coyotes or something. I'm not sure what that's about.
Faint howls echo through the trees. A coyote perhaps, but the sound feels distant enough not to raise alarm. Comforted by the firelight and Belle's presence, Michael brushes off the unease and focuses on making dinner. The warmth of the flames and his loyal puppy keep his nerves at bay, at least for a little while.
I think she's definitely kind of like anxious or scared now that it's dark. I don't know how well you guys can see that. But yeah, just some smoky burger seasoning, you know? Got some buns. Where are those?
Under the starry sky, everything still seems peaceful, but the distant howls don't go away. If anything, they're growing louder, closer. A creeping sense of unease starts to build as Michael wonders whether the coyotes might be inching nearer, curious or maybe even bold. Trusting that the fire will keep them away, he stays calm and continues eating. But just as he starts to settle in, the moment he feared arrives.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like it's safe to say they're pretty close.
A sudden wave of loud howls and chilling screams rips through the darkness, far too close for comfort. A pack of coyotes has gathered nearby, their cries cutting through the night air and bouncing off the trees. Michael grips his flashlight, heart pounding, trying to stay composed. He knows coyote attacks are rare, but the thought of keeping Belle safe fuels his anxiety. Escaping into the darkness isn't an option. It could be even more dangerous. So, Michael decides to stay, hoping the coyotes will lose interest and vanish into the forest.
So I'm just over here. Kind of setting up camp. Or setting up my bed, really. And this is Lenny's sleeping bag. Oh no, bro.
But the howls return, this time even closer. Now fully alert, Michael's senses sharpen. He can't see beyond the beam of his flashlight. Shadows dance on the edge of his vision, and every snap of a twig feels like something watching from just beyond the light. Minutes pass like hours as he listens, still and silent, straining to hear any sign of movement. When the howls finally fade, the silence that follows is somehow even more unnerving. That lingering sense of being watched clings to him through the rest of the night. He doesn't sleep. Not really. The responsibility of protecting Belle and the adrenaline keeps him wide awake until dawn. When morning finally breaks, Michael wastes no time packing up camp. Exhausted but relieved, he leaves the forest behind with Belle safe at his side. What started as a peaceful getaway turned into a night he won't soon forget. A powerful reminder of how quickly nature can shift from calm to chaotic. Fortunately, this trip ended safely, but the memory of that night will stay with him forever. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and to thank you for being part of this horror-loving community, we're giving away a special gift once we hit that milestone. If you haven't already, subscribe now, turn on notifications, and stay tuned, because things are about to get even scarier. This eerie video was captured by Jonathan, a YouTuber you might recognize from his channel Happy Hippie Wild Living. Jonathan is known for his always cheerful demeanor, rarely showing fear, and for his deep love of nature and outdoor living. For over 2 years, he's captivated viewers with everything from camping experiences to exploring abandoned places and more. But in this particular video, things took an unexpected and terrifying turn. It all happened on the January 3rd, 2024, when Jonathan set out for yet another solo wilderness adventure, as he often does. He has a habit of sleeping in a different spot each night, and this time, his final destination was a small hut hidden deep in the wilderness. What he didn't know was that this seemingly cozy cabin held something far more sinister within its walls.
Hello there, welcome to day 435 of me living out in nature, and it's the new year, so I thought I'd do a nice long video instead of the little short minute ones I've been doing recently. Today I'm going to go find a bovie around this area somewhere. It'll be the third time I've stayed in a bovie. I've never had any guests, so...
As usual, Jonathan began his vlog by sharing his plans for the day. Everything felt calm and normal, despite the rainy, cold winter weather. His signature enthusiasm still shone through as he trekked through the quiet bushland, embracing the solitude of his journey.
The bovie I'm going to is called the White Lagan, I believe, and it's by Loch D. And I've got a bit of wood with me, just in case there's no dry stuff there, so I can have a fire with ease. Not seen a single person on this hike yet, but that's how most of my days go in the winter. I like that, I get to do this in the winter mostly, and then the summer job, I'm just at one place, so I miss all the crowds when I'm out in nature. There's my home in the distance. Let me zoom in. It's got the nice Scottish flag on it. Let's go see what it looks like. I've had people say I'm brave and ballsy for living this lifestyle, but there's nothing brave about it when it's doing something you love, so I don't agree with that. I do agree with doing things you're passionate about in life. You only live once. Life goes by pretty fucking quick, so...
When Jonathan spotted the small cabin, a warm smile spread across his face. He made his way toward it, unaware of the darkness that lay ahead.
Made it to my home for the night and it looks beautiful. Oh, nice bunk beds. Alright, sweet.
After checking out the place and seeing no one inside, he assumed he'd be spending the night alone. He unpacked, set up his gear, and started settling in, until he noticed a family walking nearby.
More people are coming, but they've drove it. I didn't even know you could drive on this road. And I just had that family come in, and they said they'd just been to a different bovie nearby, and they were just searching around for another one, so they're just gonna have a little walk somewhere, and they said, I might have guests tonight, so we'll see how it goes.
Jonathan spoke to them briefly. They weren't sure if they'd be staying the night in the cabin as well, but left the idea open. As evening crept in, Jonathan headed inside to prepare dinner and finish setting up for the night.
Fire on when it gets darker. There's normally loads of candles around, but they've all been burnt out. Finish off the haggis, and of course, putting in my favourite, cayenne pepper. And as always, top it off with a little mustard. And there we have dinner fit for a little hippie.
Everything felt peaceful, even cozy. He got a fire going, and for a while, it felt like any other night. But then, strange things started to happen.
Probably be me for most of the night now. I just get my music on, enjoy this beautiful fire, and then get back outside tomorrow in my hammock. I got one of them water filter straws, and it comes with 2 little bags as well, so you can attach the straw to that. But I've not got to use... Maybe this is the guests? There was no one there. I don't know if that's just the people fucking with me or something. I don't know if that's something they do. But I don't think it would be that family. It was just a dad and his daughter and son.
Odd sounds echoed from outside, almost as if someone was trying to mess with him. Each time Jonathan checked, no one was there. Confused but trying to stay calm, he brushed it off. But the noises only continued, steadily wearing down his nerves.
Just knocking on the door again, and then I went out, but there was no one there, so I don't know what's going on, but I've not heard of any haunted bovies or anything. I've never had weird shit. For fuck's sake. I just wanted a nice little bovie night. If you've watched all my videos before, you know I don't do shit like this. gonna be a fun night.
Feeling uneasy, Jonathan lay in bed, eyes wide open, scanning the shadows around him. A chilling sensation crept in, like someone was watching him from the windows. But again, when he looked outside, there was no one. No signs of life at all.
Around in the other room, and then I go in there, and it just stops. Maybe I just put my music on really loud and forget about it. Cameraman never dies, right? So it's been about an hour and a half since I last made a video, and I've just been doing what I said. I've had my music on loud, I've listened to Blink, some drum and bass, some reggae, and I'm doing what I came here to do, and that's have a good fucking night. So I'm enjoying my time by this fire, and have an amazing day tomorrow, back out in nature where I belong. So
Trying to settle his nerves, Jonathan signed off for the night with his viewers. He put on some music, and for a while, things calmed down. He eventually drifted off to sleep. Thankfully, the rest of the night passed without incident.
Experience last night, not really sure what was going on. Thought it was just people knocking the door and running away that were camping nearby, but it didn't seem like that when I went outside. Couldn't really explain what was happening next door with the noises, but I'm not really a believer in ghosts myself. It was a bit creepy, but I'm more of an alien guy. But if you are into ghosts and all that paranormal stuff, these are not the videos for you, because this is not what I do, this is not what I'm about. I'm just a happy hippie, hiking, living in nature, loving the world. I never have anything like this happen to me, so hopefully it's just a one-off and everything goes back to normal now. So
The next morning, Jonathan recounted the strange events. While he managed to laugh it off, the mystery still lingered. He didn't believe it was a ghost, but after checking the surrounding area, there was no sign that anyone had been outside. So then, who or what was making those sounds? The true source of the disturbance remains unknown. This video comes from Ian, known for his solo adventures exploring some of the most haunted and terrifying locations across America, on his YouTube channel, Midwest Ghost Hunter. Ian is on a mission to uncover undeniable evidence of the paranormal and share his chilling findings with his audience. For this overnight solo investigation, Ian ventures deep into the remote Minnesota woods to explore the forgotten and overgrown Vicksburg Cemetery, a place steeped in eerie folklore and haunted legends. It's the perfect location for an unsettling night in search of the unknown. It's May 26th, 2023. After a long trek through Minnesota's dense wilderness, Ian finally arrives at the cemetery under the cover of night. As darkness falls, an eerie stillness takes over, setting the perfect stage for what promises to be an unforgettable investigation.
Very spooky walk to get to this cemetery. And in a weird way, I love it, but I also hate it. It is a very weird relationship I have with these haunted places, I tell you. Just think of all the animals that might be out here. So not only do I have to worry about spirits, I have to worry about wildlife as well. I'm already freaked out. It is so creepy out here. But I'm going to be staying the entire night, no matter what happens.
With every step deeper into the cemetery, Ian feels a creeping unease. Shadows seem to move, and each sound carries a sense of something unseen. But despite the chilling atmosphere, his determination pushes him forward. Not long after Ian begins his investigation, the silence is shattered by sudden rustling nearby.
Hello? Is there anybody in this cemetery? Could you speak? My name is Ian. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that scared me.
The noise startles him, sending a chill down his spine, but also sparking a surge of excitement. It might be his first response of the night. Gathering his courage, Ian steps through the rusted gate and ventures deeper into the cemetery's heart.
All right. Entering the cemetery. Alright, I'm coming over to visit. I hope you don't mind. Oh my gosh. This whole grave is in shambles. I'm sorry that your tombstone has been destroyed. What happened? Is it vandalized? Whoa. Okay, I just heard you.
At this moment, a woman's whisper intelligently responds to my question.
Holy crap. I just heard a female whisper on here. Okay, I heard you. Thank you so much for speaking with me.
As he explores, Ian comes across several gravestones, weathered, broken, and nearly lost to time. Curious about their condition, he wonders aloud if they've been vandalized. To his astonishment, a faint woman's voice responds. The soft reply sends shivers down his spine. Convinced he may have just made contact with a lingering spirit, Ian pulls out his K2 meter, hoping to capture more concrete evidence.
Alright, I've got a K2 meter in my hand. This measures electromagnetic fields. I'm going to see if I can communicate with you. In my left hand I have a green light. It won't harm you in any way. All it will simply do is detect your presence. If you're still here, could you tell me your name? Because unfortunately there's really no way for me to tell. I really don't want to dig around your grave shambles, because I don't want to damage it any further. I'm here with nothing but respect. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes right now, but that's okay. It's worth it. If I could just hear your voice one more time. Whoa. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I heard that. I heard you once again. Whoa, you just drained my battery too. Dang, dude. Alright. I'm gonna review this when I get home, and I'll know your message.
Though the meter remains quiet, the woman's voice returns, faint but unmistakable. Later, when the audio is enhanced, her chilling words become clear. It's lonely here. Just as the message is heard, Ian's camera battery suddenly dies, a phenomenon often associated with spirits drawing energy to manifest. The experience leaves Ian both unnerved and intrigued, even more convinced that he's not alone.
Now what's really interesting to me about this is that this camera, it just died, and this is a fresh battery, and that was right after she said something, which is further evidence that spirits really do drain these batteries for energy to do things.
As midnight passes, the cemetery grows colder and more unsettling. Undeterred, Ian continues exploring, eager to uncover more. The deeper he goes, the more intense the atmosphere becomes. Then, without warning, Ian's unattended camera captures something extraordinary.
Hello? I heard you walking again. I would really like to get to know you. Oh, it is so scary out here. You have no idea how freaky it is.
My infrared camcorder just captured this ethereal form, drifting through the darkness.
A faint, ethereal figure gliding silently through the frame. Unaware of what he's caught on film, Ian continues pressing forward. It isn't until he reviews the footage back home that he realizes he may have captured undeniable evidence of the paranormal. A chilling reminder that unseen forces may still roam these forgotten places. While investigating further, a sudden rattling sound breaks the silence. Startled, Ian asks aloud if it can happen again. To his amazement, it does.
Hey, here is the supposed glowing grave. If there's anyone that haunts this gravesite, could you show yourself somehow? Oh, whoa, whoa! What the hell was that? Did you just rattle this fence? If that was you, and you just rattled this fence, could you do it again? Whoa. Holy moly. Dude, this is crazy. This fence keeps rattling.
The noise returns, louder and more distinct. Encouraged by this eerie validation, Ian pushes forward, determined to learn more.
Here, I could try to read your grave. What does that say? Nanny? Is your name Nanny? Whoa. Okay. I take that as a yes. Thank you. I take it you're a female. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Does that say what I think it says? 5 years old? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. That is so tragic. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why you come off so playful. My name is Ian.
Eventually, he comes upon a grave belonging to a young child, a girl who tragically passed away at just 5 years old. A wave of sadness washes over him as he reflects on the life cut short. Sensing he might be communicating with this young spirit, Ian adjusts his approach, speaking more gently, with compassion. He hopes to offer comfort, and perhaps learn more about her story.
And I'd just like to be your friend. Is there anybody else that's buried here? Whoa, I just heard your voice. Could you say it once more? Dude, oh my God, I just heard you again.
The air grows heavier. Suddenly, a soft, distant voice is heard, clear yet faint, saying the name, Ida. At first, Ian doesn't fully register what he's heard, but when he checks the gravestone again, he realizes something heartbreaking.
I definitely heard an I. I definitely heard an I. What does that say? Ida! Oh my God! Her name is Ida! And I just heard that on the voice recorder. That is exactly what I heard now that I think about it. It was definitely an I. Holy sh**, my heart is thumping right now. Dude, this is insane. I'm getting so much awesome activity over here. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God, those are moving.
The grave he's standing by isn't for just one child, but two. Just as the emotional discovery sinks in, he hears something moving behind him. There's no wind, yet the plants around the grave begin to stir, swaying unnaturally. Grabbing his camera, Ian starts snapping photos of the scene, hoping to capture what his eyes might miss.
You like your picture taken? Pose for the photo. Could you smile? All right, I'm gonna count to 3, okay? And I want you to pose for this photo. 1, 2, 3.
If you look at this photo closely, there appears to be 2 misty little girls staring into the camera from the gravesite. In the photo taken afterwards, they are completely gone. I was already under the belief that Nanny and Ida's ghosts were in my presence. I now have photographic proof to back it up.
Later, while reviewing the photos, one image stops him cold. In the shot, 2 misty child-sized figures appear to be standing behind the fence, their translucent forms clear and unmistakable. But in the next photo, taken only moments later, the figures are completely gone. Hoping for one last sign, Ian keeps his camera rolling. That's when it happens.
Nanny, Ida, are you still here with me? I was just having so much fun with you earlier. And I'd be sad to see you go. And I don't really know how much longer I could stay here. Whoa! Oh my god! Dude, she just touched my shoulder! Oh my god! She like flicked me on the shoulder.
Although there's no way to prove that I was touched by a spirit, I did manage to capture this orb just before it happens. You can clearly tell that this orb is inside of the fence as it floats towards me.
Out of nowhere, he feels it, a cold, distinct touch on his shoulder. His heart races. He didn't see anything, but when he reviews the footage, he's stunned. Just before the touch, a misty shadow can be seen gliding toward him. It's yet another piece of chilling evidence, another sign that something truly paranormal may be happening here. As the first light of morning breaks and birds begin to sing, the activity in the cemetery fades, the silence returns, the night is over. Overwhelmed by the experiences of the evening, but satisfied with what he's captured, Ian begins the journey home, forever changed by what he encountered in Vicksburg Cemetery. The evidence he collected only deepens his belief that the line between the living and the dead may be thinner than we think, and that some spirits never truly rest. This horrifying video was captured by Franco, a well-known YouTuber you might recognize from his channel, Franco TV. For nearly 7 years, Franco has been thrilling his audience with captivating adventures from around the world. Known for his fearless spirit, he explores the most spine-chilling and daring locations, haunted cemeteries, abandoned buildings, eerie forests, you name it. But this time, Franco is taking things to an entirely new level. It's January 29th, 2025, a warm and deceptively serene day in Argentina. The evening feels perfect for a quiet camping trip deep into the wilderness, a place meant for peace, isolation, and maybe something more sinister. What many don't know is that this particular region carries a terrifying reputation. Local legends whisper of skinwalkers, mysterious shape-shifting entities capable of taking the form of animals or other beings. Some say the only way to keep them at bay is through sacrificial rituals involving sick animals, dogs, cats, even livestock. This is no ordinary camping trip. Most wouldn't dare set foot in these woods, especially after dark. But Franco isn't most people. He saw this as a challenge, a chance to uncover the truth behind the legends. What he didn't know was that this night would be far more terrifying than he could ever imagine.
I'm right now in the middle of nowhere on a creepy road, and the area that I'm supposed to be going to is right over here. See that trees all the way down there? That's the forest, in which is the most haunted area throughout this whole little Skinwalker Valley. So I've made it out towards the forest line area, right over here, and I did find something interesting. It was a pathway inside to the forest area.
As the sun dipped below the horizon, Franco arrived at the edge of the dense forest. He started his live stream, greeting his viewers and sharing his game plan. With camera in hand, he began his descent into the darkness.
Oh my God. Oh, this is creepy. I hope I'm able to find my way out.
Immediately, an eerie feeling crept in. The forest was unfamiliar territory. Each step seemed heavier than the last, and instinctively, Franco knew he had to stay alert. Suddenly, his flashlight caught something.
I keep hearing stuff moving the further in the forest I go in. Could be coyotes, it could be animals. I don't know. But I keep hearing something in this direction. What the hell is that? I got something in the distance back there.
two glowing eyes staring back at him from the shadows. Frozen in place, Franco's heart pounded. His mind raced to rationalize.
Let me see if I can hear anything move. I'm not hearing anything. I can't see anything. It's completely black for me. Oh my god. Freaking birds. You see it? What the f*** is that? I'm gonna get a little bit closer to it. There it is again. I'm gonna dim down my IR. Bring it up just a bit. See it?
Maybe an animal? But deep down, he knew. If the legends were true, he was in real danger. Still, determined to continue, he pressed on.
My goal is to camp out here for the night. Bird feathers. What the hell was that? I'm really going through this with just a blade. Nothing else.
His flashlight pierced through the pitch-black woods as he moved cautiously. Every shadow felt like it was watching. That's when he stumbled upon something unexpected. An abandoned building hidden in the heart of the forest.
Oh, I just heard something. This is absolutely horrifying. This is so stupid. I really don't want to be here right now. I just don't like the forest because anything could be hiding in here. And I'm worried more about animals than anything.
Cautiously, Franco approached the decaying structure. His hands were shaking, his nerves stretched thin. He switched his camera to a color mode, using a wider beam to light up the area. But by doing so, he unknowingly exposed his position. His light now, a glowing signal in the darkness.
What the fuck was that? If I see someone, I'm out. I don't mess around when it comes to people. I'm gonna check the sides in case somebody's hiding on the side. What the hell is that? What the fuck was that? Fuck that shit. Oh, I don't know where the fuck it's coming from. I hear something faint in the distance. I don't know if you guys could hear it. I did hear what just sounded like screaming coming from the outside. May or may not be the reason why I'm hiding inside this place right now.
Inside the crumbling building, Franco crouched, trying to pinpoint the source of strange sounds echoing through the forest. His instincts screamed at him to leave, but he pushed forward. When the noises intensified, Franco decided to step outside once again. The forest seemed to grow louder, as if warning him. Each sound, each crack of a branch or rustle of leaves made it clear. He wasn't alone.
There seems to be a lot more trails going through here. I can't really tell what direction that sound was coming from. I just heard a man. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? This? I have my knife out because if it is an animal that comes running out, I'd rather kill it than it bite me and I get rabies. Holy shit. I am in some sort of barn like structure, and there's webs all over the ceiling. I low-key feel a hell of a lot safer in here than outside. Oh. I 100% just saw a pair of eyes again. Right over there in front of me. What the fuck am I hearing? I did see...
Then the glowing eyes returned, watching, unmoving. This time, he heard footsteps. Slow, deliberate, getting closer. No longer willing to risk it, Franco bolted, running through the trees, his flashlight bouncing with each stride. The darkness seemed to close in around him, but he didn't stop until he reached the edge of the woods.
I'm even paranoid to turn my back towards the forest because I heard what sounded like heavy footsteps. I did see what looked like eyes staring at me from further deep inside coming towards the house, and then they were just gone. See, I'm literally just hearing what sounds like movement. I'm gonna switch to my other camera, my Psionics. Listen. I don't know what that is. Listen. It sounds like it's coming from here. Oh shit. Something moved in the bushes. What the fuck is that? Oh shit.
Shaken and breathless, Franco reconnected with his viewers. His voice trembled as he tried to make sense of what just happened. Had it been an animal, a person, or something else? He retreated to his car and drove for 15 minutes, circling the area, debating whether to continue. But despite everything, he made a decision. He wasn't done yet. He found another location, deeper into the forest, and parked on a quiet grassy patch. Hoping this new spot would be safer, he set up camp once again. But peace wouldn't come.
It is now around 2 something. And I just heard something right over here. I could still hear what sounds like talking coming from the forest. It sounds like there was people on the inside. What the is that?
Just as he began to settle, something made his blood run cold. Voices, faint but unmistakable, people talking somewhere in the woods. He scanned the area, but no one was in sight. Normally, hearing voices wouldn't frighten him. There could be hikers, other campers nearby. But these voices were too close, too clear, and yet, no one was there. He sat quietly, listening for what felt like forever, until eventually, the voices faded into the night. Trying to calm himself, Franco told himself the people must have left. He checked his surroundings one last time and tried to sleep, but sleep never came.
I'm gonna check in front of the car to see if there's anything to worry about, but nothing.
The silence became unbearable. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching him. Unable to rest, Franco stepped outside to check the area again.
It is now about 4 in the morning, and I started hearing crunching sounds, and I thought it was right next to my window. But I hear footsteps again coming from the forest. Listen. I got footsteps. Coming from the forest.
That's when he saw them, the glowing eyes, once more. This time, closer. In a panic, Franco sprinted back to his car, slammed the door shut, and sat in silence, heart pounding. He knew he couldn't stay any longer. This was it. He started his car and drove away, leaving the forest and its horrors behind. He was lucky to make it out unharmed, but the night left him deeply shaken. The glowing eyes, the chilling voices, the unexplainable footsteps. Whatever it wasn't done with him when he changed locations. It followed him. Franco later described the night as one he'd never forget. Whether or not the legends of skinwalkers are true, one thing is certain. Something strange, something terrifying lurks in those woods. And Franco has vowed never to return. This is Dee, a YouTuber you might know from her channel Dee's Dark Adventures. She's an avid camper and nature enthusiast, often sharing her outdoor journeys with her viewers. But this time, she's stepping into something completely different, a place known for its chilling history. She's heading into one of the most haunted forests on the east coast of the United States. It's not the kind of place most people would dare explore alone, but that's exactly what Dee is about to do. With excitement, Dee introduces her van to her viewers, showing off her cozy setup. Everything feels peaceful as she settles into her campsite, the hum of nature surrounding her. But as night falls, the mood quickly shifts. The forest grows eerily silent, and then it begins. Suddenly, a loud bang hits the side of her van, jolting her upright. But this is only the beginning.
Are they looking?
In the distance, barking erupts, frantic, panicked, and far from normal. These aren't just dogs making noise. They sound terrified. And out here, miles from the nearest town, who would even be with dogs this deep in the woods? The thought lingers in her mind as she waits for the sounds to fade. Then, another knock, louder, closer, followed by the unmistakable rustling of leaves, like someone moving through the brush just feet from her van. Dee lies still, barely breathing, hoping whoever, or whatever, is out there will go away. For nearly half an hour, the noises continue. Shuffling, snapping branches, distant growls. Then suddenly, everything stops. The forest falls deathly silent. Not even the dogs can be heard now. Feeling a sliver of courage, Dee cracks open the door to take a look outside, trying to figure out where the sounds had come from. But what she doesn't realize is that she's not alone. Something, or someone, is watching her.
Stick break, dude, stop. Sorry, damn stick break, dude. Dude.
Unnerved, she quickly shuts the door and returns to her bed, brushing it off as paranoia. Trying to calm her nerves, she puts on a show and begins to drift off. Then, another outburst of barking, louder, more urgent.
What are these wild dogs? Oh my god.
And then, a single gunshot pierces through the night. Dee freezes. Seconds later, another gunshot rings out. That's it. She's had enough. Grabbing her keys, she jumps into the driver's seat. No hesitation, no second thoughts. She floors it out of the forest, driving non-stop until she's miles away. She makes it out unharmed, at least physically. But days later, as she reviews her footage, she spots something that sends chills down her spine. Eyes, glinting in the darkness, watching her. Eyes she hadn't seen that night. Was it a person knocking on her van? Were the gunshots connected? And who, or what, had been stalking her deep in that haunted forest? Dee may never know the answers. But one thing is certain. She's lucky she made it out. This chilling footage was captured by Gaz, a YouTuber you might know from his channel Grizzly Gaz, where he shares his camping adventures throughout the UK. In just 3 years, he's built a loyal following of viewers who enjoy watching him test outdoor gear and explore the wild beauty of the countryside. But every now and then, his peaceful adventures take a terrifying turn, and that's exactly what happens in this video. Let's rewind to October 29th, 2023. It's a cold winter evening, but that doesn't stop Gaz from heading out on another camping trip. Fortunately, he isn't entirely alone. His loyal dog, Fendi, is right there beside him as they venture into a forest shrouded in unsettling rumors.
It's a school night, but it's not unusual for me that. But I'm in this woodland and I've heard that pagans come in here to do their rituals. Is that what you want to call it? So I'm looking for, it's a large down tree and it's around this area somewhere. So I'll have to figure out where that is quickly because we're losing light. Just come straight.
As Gaz checks in with his viewers, he explains that the forest he's exploring tonight doesn't exactly have the best reputation. According to local lore, pagan groups are said to perform rituals here, often gathering at midnight near a massive fallen tree. It's the sort of place most people would steer clear of, especially at night. But for Gaz, that's part of the thrill. Determined to see if the rumors hold any truth, Gaz decides to find this infamous tree and set up camp right next to it. What he doesn't realize is that this decision might come back to haunt him.
I think I found it. Don't know, does this look like a pagan ritual site? I'll tell you one thing, it looks creepy. So, let's camp here, shall we?
After about 30 minutes of trekking through the woods, Gaz and Fendi finally reach the location. With daylight slipping away, he quickly pitches his tent.
8:10. Now it's not pitch black yet, but it's dark enough. The only thing that you can see, look, that gives it away is the end guy line.
Reflective strips along the edges, helpful if you're trying to find it in the dark, but also a beacon for anyone or anything watching. Still, Gaz doesn't seem too concerned. His plan? Cook up some food and take a nighttime walk through the forest to uncover its secrets. As night settles in, Gaz heads deeper into the woods, flashlight and camera in hand. The deeper he goes, the heavier the atmosphere becomes.
Walking dark now, and we'll go see what that place looks like, because it's absolutely pitch black now. And if you get lost in here at night time, it'd be pretty hard to get out of here, because it just all looks the same, and there's not many like proper paths really. It's just all like little game trails. Creepy down here, but that's because I've got light shining in my face and I can't see out. And there's a slight breeze in the air, so there's lots of things just dropping from trees because it's autumn now, so there's conkers and all sorts of stuff dropping out. Over here in front of me, it's all dried leaves on the floor, so every time something drops from there, it's really out.
Eventually, he returns to the tent. That's when things begin to take a sinister turn.
Oh, brilliant that, but I don't think it's for me in that. It was absolutely scorchio inside the tent.
Inside the tent, Gaz and Fendi hear strange noises, loud knocking, almost like someone chopping wood. Then, faint footsteps. At first, Gaz tries to brush it off, staying calm and chatting with his viewers. Maybe it's just branches falling, but it quickly becomes clear. This isn't random.
Yeah, so like I was saying, it was roasting inside the hot tent, but all the bugs and stuff, it's just not for me. And once I'm in a tent, that's it. I just like to relax then. I don't want to be cutting up wood and this, that and other, especially in a confined space if it's raining. So, but I did enjoy it. I've only done it twice before, and I didn't particularly enjoy it then. Pretty hard to film in these one-man tents, so you're outside there in doorway.
The sounds grow louder, closer, and then something begins hurling objects at the tent. One after another, branches, or perhaps rocks, strike the sides. It feels intentional.
I can definitely hear something out there. That's nice, isn't it, mate? Fucking hell, that was a big branch, wasn't it?
Gaz steps outside, scanning the pitch-black forest with a flashlight, hoping to spot someone or something. But the darkness is too thick. With no clear signs of what's out there, he reluctantly returns to the tent, trying to convince himself it's nothing serious. Then, it escalates.
Oh, fuck! 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 Fucking hell. Where the fuck? Fendi! Fendi! Come here, mate. Oh, you're alright. What the fuck was that? Fucking flies. Mate, come on. Fucking hell, this is all torch that I've got.
Without warning, someone, or something, starts pushing the tent down from the outside, as if toying with them. It's no longer just noise, it's physical, it's aggressive, and it's terrifying. Not willing to sit back and wait, Gaz and Fendi leave the safety of the tent and head back into the forest, guided only by the faint light of the camera. But that light cuts both ways. While it helps them see, it also reveals their position to whoever might be watching from the shadows.
Stuff, man. The car keys are in there as well, in tent. Fuck. Come on, mate, come on. Come on. Have some balls. Right. I'm gonna have to turn this fucking light back on though, because I can't see.
Suddenly, the sound of heavy breathing fills the air. Gaz's fear is unmistakable. Desperate to escape, he begins searching for the tent, now lost in the darkness. Panic sets in. After what feels like an eternity, around 5 tense minutes, Gaz finally finds it. Wasting no time, he grabs what he can. His camera keeps recording, just in case anything happens. And then, with Fendi by his side, Gaz bolts out of the forest, abandoning the tent behind. Thankfully, they make it out safely. The next morning, Gaz returns to the site to check on the tent and update his viewers. What he finds is deeply unsettling.
What a crazy night that was, eh? When I was packing up, I managed to get my my sleeping bag and everything and get that in my backpack. Then I heard loads and loads of screaming, like shouting from men, and it sounded like there were about 20 or 30 of them. And then they all started running, and it sounded like they were coming towards tent, so I just grabbed my bag and off skis, because my keys were in my bag. I look at my tent. I had to leave my tent here because I just wanted to get out of there. And a few other bits as well that I left. Look at the state of it. Oh, come on, mate. Snap my poles and that. Sleep mat. Where's my cook kit? My cook kit were over here somewhere. Don't mind people scaring you and stuff out of woods, but when they're just going to break stuff as well, what's the point in that? Eh? Oh, it's got rips in that fly sheet as well, look at that.
The tent has been completely destroyed, torn apart. There's no doubt about it. Leaving was the right call. If they had stayed, things could have ended much worse. It's a harsh reminder that sometimes the scariest parts of the forest aren't the legends. They're the people or the presence that might be watching from the dark. Luckily, Gaz and Fendi made it out unharmed, but this night, it's one that will haunt them for a long time. This video was filmed by Bear. You might recognize him from his channel, Exploring with Bear. Known for his calm demeanor and fearless nature, Bear is rarely ever shaken. He's built a name for himself by exploring eerie, abandoned places, and for years, his YouTube channel has taken viewers along for the ride as he uncovers the secrets hidden within decaying buildings, always recording every moment. In this video, we follow Bear on the night of July 4th, 2024, a cold winter evening. Despite the freezing weather, Bear isn't the type to let anything stop him. His destination, a remote, long-abandoned high school located somewhere in Northern America. The kind of place most people wouldn't dare approach after dark. But not Bear. He's doing the exact opposite. Not only does he plan to explore the place, but he's also decided to spend the entire night inside. With his gear packed and ready, Bear sets up camp, unpacks his equipment, and prepares to enter the chilling high school once night falls.
What's up, fam? Jared Bear here, back for another adventure. Today's adventure is a spooky, creepy one. Right now, I'm at the abandoned Hickory School. It was built in 1920 and abandoned in 1981. As a matter of fact, I was told that the last person that was in here fell through 2 sets of floors. I don't know if it killed him. I don't know the end story about it, but somebody did fall through 2 floors.
As he checks in with his viewers, he shares some of the school's eerie backstory. Definitely not the sort of place you'd want to be alone in, especially after dark.
I just seen this a minute ago. Look at that. That's like a front of a semi.
Bear begins his exploration by checking out the exterior of the building. Shattered windows, collapsing walls, and an unmistakable feeling that this school had been abandoned for over 100 years. But just minutes into the video, something strange happens.
What is going on in there? Man, ooh, what was that? I just heard something. Freaking spooky, guys. What's going on with this light already? Okay. A little earlier, I was in those woods back there. There's a little trail. And it sort of opens up. It's nice and clear in there. And it was so quiet, it was crazy. Yeah, freaking spooky.
Something that completely shifts Bear's focus. A sharp, sudden sound, too faint to be heard on camera, causes Bear to stop mid-sentence and glance toward the woods. You can tell he's visibly disturbed by it, even though he tries to stay calm.
That was crazy. It sort of looked like a bunch of blood stains down there in that one room. Oh, there's lockers right there, or bathrooms.
Before entering the school, Bear peers through the windows and immediately realizes how terrifying the inside looks. Glass everywhere, rotting debris, and absolute decay. But rather than turning around, Bear presses forward, determined to continue the exploration.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Hello?
The moment he steps inside, an uneasy feeling creeps over him, as if he's not alone. Each creaking step makes him more aware of how unstable the floor is, soft and dangerously rotten. He's clearly concerned it could give out beneath him. Still, he pushes deeper into the school, hoping nothing too strange happens. But the silence is broken by a sudden thud.
Ooh, that's soft. Okay, that was a little terrifying. I'm nervous about this part of the floor. That is really super duper soft. just heard walking coming from upstairs. Hello? Man, that sounded like... I heard a thump, 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 like light footsteps. There's no way, though. No ways. Hello? Alright, right now I got the goosebumps right now.
A loud noise coming from the floor above. It sounds like someone is up there, walking around. Bear calls out, but no one answers. Or so it seems. Later, while editing the footage, Bear catches something horrifying. A whisper, faint but clear, telling him to get out. At the time, he hadn't noticed it, and he continues exploring, unaware of just how dark the night was about to get.
What is it? Hello? I'm hearing stuff moving around.
It's around this moment that Bear starts to genuinely feel afraid. Though he tries to keep it together, his body language says otherwise, and the fear only grows. Just as he's about to enter another room, something flickers across his field of vision, and it stops him cold.
Is that something standing? Ooh. Whew. Yeah. Whoa. Big chill down the spine. Man, I thought I seen somebody standing there for a minute. Whew.
Bear senses something is wrong. First the footsteps, now this. Recalling his promise to camp overnight, he decides to back out of the building and set up outside instead, hoping a bit of distance and some fresh air will ease the tension.
Footsteps. You know, I wonder... An animal? Seemed heavy. I don't know. I can't see nothing with this light in my face.
While sitting by the campfire, trying to calm himself, Bear reflects on the footsteps he heard. It's clear he's unsettled. Still, he tries to relax, focusing on the fire's warmth. But suddenly, something catches his eye again.
What was that? What in the world? Hold on. Hold on. That was crazy. Oh my goodness, my hair's standing straight up right now. This red ball went from here right into there. Oh my, what in the world could that have possibly have been? Did you hear that? What in the heck is going on? Alright, I'm scared now. And then there was a noise that popped off in there. Red light. What could make that red light? It was way bigger than a bug. There's no, it was like more of a ball. Whew, that goose is gonna give me a freaking heart attack one of these times. Nothing I can even think of that could have done that.
A quick flash of red light shoots across the woods, too fast to make sense of. Then, another sound. The red light flickers again, darting through the trees. Bear does his best to ignore it, but the sense of movement nearby is impossible to shake.
What keeps doing that? Whew. There's that frickin' sound again. I don't know if you guys are hearing it. Something keeps moving right in there. And that light, that red light, went right in. And now I keep hearing a...
Eventually, Bear retreats into his tent, hoping to feel a bit safer behind the thin fabric. But instead of comfort, he becomes hyper-aware of the sounds outside.
Like a little girl's voice. It's weird how vulnerable you feel in a tent. Like right now I feel vulnerable. Man, you guys probably can't hear that. It's not doing it now. That was a weird sound though. Weird thuds.
They're louder now, closer. His instincts are on high alert. He hears people moving around the campsite. It sounds like someone is loading something into a car. But who would be out here? In the middle of the woods? At 3 a.m.? Bear stays quiet, lying inside his tent, doing his best to remain alert and undetected. He spends the rest of the night in a half-sleep, anxiously waiting for sunrise and hoping the strangers will go away. Thankfully, Bear makes it out unharmed. He continues to share his adventures with his audience, but this particular experience is one that will haunt him for a long time. Next video comes from Dan, the man behind Cursed Urban. In this episode, Dan ventures out on a solo camping trip deep in a forest ominously known as the Silent Forest. According to countless reports, campers who've spent time in these woods have all described one chilling commonality: the forest suddenly falling dead silent, followed by strange and unexplainable noises echoing through the trees. Beyond that, paranormal activity is said to be extremely high here, with some even claiming to have seen Bigfoot and other mythical creatures roaming these woods. Intrigued by the legends, Dan sets out to uncover the truth behind the eerie rumors. It's February 1st, 2025, and by the time he arrives, the sun has already dipped below the horizon, leaving the forest bathed in darkness. After sharing a few of the spine-chilling stories he's read, Dan wastes no time setting up his camp. With the fire crackling and his tent ready, Dan begins his investigation for the night.
I wasn't planning on making a fire tonight, and I don't want to spend the night trying to keep this thing going, so we'll enjoy it while it's here, and after that we'll jump in the tent and stay warm with the heater. Brought the fast to set up tent tonight. Almost got attacked by it, but it's all good. Done. Set up. Now I just got to fill it with all my stuff. Get it a little bit more level. There we go. I have, as you can see, gotten my camp set up as best as I can. Yeah. Got some heat going on in here. It's nice. It's really nice. Yeah, much better than outside, that's for sure.
Starting from inside his tent, armed with his ghost hunting gear, he begins asking questions using a spirit talker. At first, the responses seem random, but Dan remains calm and patient, hoping for something significant to come through. The forest is still, eerily so, until something unsettling happens.
Someone's coming.
Someone's coming. Who's coming? Is it who I saw earlier? The person that looked like they were made of shadows?
Suddenly, footsteps. Then, the loud snap of a branch breaking under pressure. Dan immediately tenses up, heart racing as he recalls the last message from the spirit talker. Seconds later, the sounds emerge again from somewhere in the darkness surrounding him.
Someone's coming.
Frozen in place, Dan doesn't call out. He just listens, his heart pounding in his chest. But then, just as quickly as the noises began, they stop. Silence returns, thick and unnatural. He's left wondering whether what he heard was even human, or something else entirely. Still shaken, Dan sets the spirit talker aside and tries switching to other devices, hoping for a clearer connection to whatever might be out there. But time passes with no activity. The tension from earlier fades into a heavy stillness. It's as if whatever presence had been there is now gone.
After that last response, where we were dead in the water, didn't hear anything from Spirit Talker, waited a few minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes. Nothing at all. That what we heard though, that like I said, dude, that was too much of a coincidence. That was obviously a pretty big bust. Yeah, it started off good, and then it seemed to get slower with less and less answers, and then slower and slower, and now it's just nothing. I can't get anything on either of these two. I didn't bring any of my other equipment, but I don't know if that would make any sort of a difference either, because it's, you know, if something doesn't want to communicate, it's not going to communicate.
Eventually, Dan accepts that the spirits may not be willing to talk anymore. Frustrated, he tries to unwind and get some rest. As the warmth of his sleeping bag begins to lull him towards sleep, something interrupts the peace. A sound, quiet at first, but close. Dan's body stiffens as he realizes something is moving just outside his tent. Soft rustling, followed by steady, deliberate footsteps. The noise is unmistakable. Panic creeps in as he lies frozen, trying to make sense of what he's hearing. Is it an animal, a person, or something else entirely? Not knowing is worse. Unable to sit in silence any longer, Dan slowly unzips his tent.
Yo! What is that? What was that? Hello? Is there someone here?
Just then, bangs. Loud, sudden, and echoing through the trees. He freezes again, heart hammering in his chest. But summoning his courage, he steps outside, only to be greeted by nothing but silence. Once again, the forest is empty, but the fear hasn't left. Dan scans the area, trying to make sense of it all, but finds no answers.
Oh no, and then I heard something metal. I wonder if it was this, like... I don't know, I definitely heard some sort of metal, like clanging noise or something. For sure. Oh, what was that, dude?
Only more questions. The silence feels heavy, like it's watching. The thought of something wandering so close to his tent without being seen haunts him. Torn between sticking it out and leaving, Dan thinks it over. The night is nearly over, but sleep seems impossible now. Still uneasy and disappointed, he begins packing up his gear. He keeps glancing over his shoulder, half expecting another noise to come from the shadows. With everything packed, he doesn't hesitate. He leaves the campsite behind, disappearing into the early morning mist. But one question keeps echoing in his mind. What was out there, watching from the dark? One thing's for sure, this was a night he won't soon forget. This is Adam. You might know him from his YouTube channel, Wandering Where he shares his car camping adventures across the UK, exploring hidden gems, eerie hiking trails, and the quiet beauty of solitude in nature. Thousands of viewers follow his journeys, drawn in by the way he captures both the charm and unpredictability of the outdoors. But one night, Adam would come to understand just how unpredictable nature and people can really be. It was November the 7th, 2022, a rainy day nestled in the hills of the UK. Adam was preparing for another solo camping trip. Just him, his car, and the peaceful countryside.
Easy now, welcome to the channel if you're new here, welcome back if you've been here before. Check out where I am this morning, the one and only Roaches in the Peak District. If I'm perfectly honest, I've been stuck in Leicester for about 3 weeks and it's been driving me nuts. So yesterday I decided to load the crib up, and at 11:30 last night I left the smog of Leicester City, arrived here at 1:30 in the morning, and then today I've woken up to this beautiful spot in the countryside in the Peak District.
With a sense of purpose, he searched for the perfect place to park. After a short drive, he found an ideal spot near a quaint village surrounded by rolling hills.
There's a little lake here, it looks quite nice. There's a house though. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? You're a little bit out of the way. I've got a sneaky feeling you might get a van up here later as well. Fair, not a bad view, and a little lake. There's no way I'm getting out at the minute. Oh, I guess I could. Oh, the rain's slowing. Oh wow, tell you what, this is not a bad little spot, is it? Look at that. Uh oh, it's coming again. I mean, you are pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, there's a little village with about 10 houses up there, and there's one house here and whatever, but I'll tell you what I will do, because I was going to drive somewhere else to get to this Teg's Nose. It looks like we can get to it from here. I'm not sure how far it is. I'm going to check the trail apps and see if it's feasible and doable from here.
Nearby, a large yellow van was already parked. Adam noticed it, but didn't think much of it at the time. Remember that van. It'll matter later. He stepped out, stretched his legs, and set off on a peaceful 2-hour walk to soak in the quiet landscape. But what began as a serene day was about to take a very unsettling turn.
Pretty tidy little trail. Boom time. Check out the views. Wicked behind me. I mean, it's a bit misty and cloudy, but it's nice, isn't it? All the way down in the valley and stuff. And if you look where those houses are, that's the spot where I want to stay for the night. It's a shame about this car park, if I'm honest. The views are nice. This is great. Wicked little trails. No one around as well. Love it to bits. Looks like we got some normal trail, but I think Teg's Nose is up yonder. So yeah, a little bit of a bumble fluff trailer.
When Adam returned, he immediately sensed something was off. The yellow van was still parked in the exact same spot. He had expected it to be gone by then. A minor detail, but one that tugged at his instincts. Whoever owned it was clearly planning to stay the night too.
Van's still here. Makes me wonder if they're overnighting it, you know. You're going to get some busybody come down though, for sure. One of them wardens.
Trying to shake the uneasy feeling, Adam focused on settling in. Inside his van, he created a cozy space and began preparing dinner. But in the back of his mind, that quiet tension lingered.
Heard someone knock on me car. Oh, it must be the rain. Well weird. Some dude pulled up a while ago. I'm sure he went to walk his dog, but he was eyeing me up loads. Obviously a local, do you know what I mean? But there's still that van over the way. He's still parked there. He's definitely here all night, but that's the thing with places like this. The locals are like, they'll report it and someone will come down at 6 in the morning to give you a ticket or something, you know what I mean? They're all proper busybodies, eh? But, yeah, a bit random, that. Anyway, yeah, passes nearly cooked.
Then, 2 loud knocks echoed through the van. Startled, Adam peeked outside and saw a man walking away with a dog. It seemed innocent enough. Still, The interaction felt strange. Adam reminded himself that overnight, camping in that spot wasn't exactly allowed, but he never expected someone to actually approach him. Pushing the nerves aside, he finished his meal and tried to relax for the night, but the peace wouldn't last.
What the fucking hell's going on? Someone's just pulled up, man, and popping around like a madman. What the fuck?
Later that night, Adam was jolted awake. Someone was trying the handles on his van doors. He carefully looked outside and froze. A car had pulled up nearby, its headlights shining directly into his van. Inside, he could make out two shadowy figures. They just sat there, watching. His mind raced. Who were they? What did they want?
Right, this is well dodgy. Someone's just pulled up right next to me, popping around like a madman. That van's over the way. Don't know what to do, to be honest. Oh man, I'll keep the light low, but damn, that's made me stop shaking a little bit. They're still sat there as well. I don't know what to do. Ah man, it's 10 o'clock at night. I guess I'm thinking I'm going to risk it and leave, but I'm only up the road if I go to that other spot, literally like 500 metres. There's another van here, eh? What's stopping them coming up there and bothering me there? Probably just some kids come up for a smoke, but you don't know, do you? It's probably what they do here because of the no overnight staying. Probably just kids or something, innit? I'm gonna take a look, frig it. Stick me light on them. What the fuck? Oh, looks like they've gone then. Well, that's random. Oh, I don't know what to do here now. Why would they come steamboating down here? They just steamed in, man. They just steamed in and pulled up like right behind me. I opened my door and then they pulled up right next to me. And then they were popping their horn. I thought they were still sat there. Just wondering if they're coming back up or something. Ah, this is dodgy now. I guess I got that van there. It's not too much of a bother, is it?
Adam worked up the courage to step outside. But when he did, the car was gone. No lights, no sound, nothing. Just the empty road. Deeply unsettled, he locked his doors and hoped that whoever it was wouldn't come back. But they did.
No way. Here we go again. Another car. Oh man. Yeah. Looks like this is gonna go on all night. Right. I'm gonna make a move. Damn it. Could be the same car. Who knows? Oh man. Right. I'm gonna set up to leave. Dodgy now. Looks like they're reversing back up the driveway. Something's going on here. I'm getting out of here. This is getting a bit sketchy. Don't like this.
Not long after, the same car returned. Its headlights once again cut through the darkness, aimed right at Adam's van. Were the people inside watching him? Waiting? He didn't know, and he didn't want to find out. Choosing safety over confrontation, Adam started his van and drove.
You know what, I don't know what's going on down here, but it all seems a bit dodgy, and I'm not playing ball. It's an half an hour drive to the Roaches. It's 11:30 now. I get there at midnight. I feel secure down there, so yeah, frig it. You gotta trust your gut, ain't you? I think it's a bit close to Macclesfield. I don't know, or it's locals. But yeah, I'm gonna get down the Roaches.
For half an hour, he navigated the dark country roads until he found another spot to park, one that felt a little more secure. Though physically safe, the memory of the night clung to him. Later, Adam admitted that he'd experienced a few odd moments in the past, but nothing like this. This felt different. There was something darker about it, something that stayed with him. Thankfully, Adam made it out unharmed, but the events of that night, and the silent figures in the shadows, would never quite leave him. This is Franco, a beloved YouTuber you might recognize from his channel, Franco TV, known for his fearless explorations of the world's most haunted and abandoned places. For over a decade, Franco has been documenting eerie experiences, and his down-to-earth personality combined with his bold spirit has earned him a loyal and growing following. But this time, Franco is taking things to a whole new level. He's planning to spend the night inside an abandoned mental hospital deep in the heart of Chile. With chilling rumors of hauntings, reports of squatters, and even dead bodies found on the grounds, this is no place for the faint of heart. But for Franco, it's the perfect challenge. As night falls, Franco is dropped off at the haunted mental hospital by a local friend he knows in Chile. When the car stops and he steps out, the adventure begins. Armed with his gear, he heads into the dense woods, making his way toward the hospital.
For right now, this location's kind of open, but I am in a very dangerous area as well. But no light is the best way to kind of approach this from outside. Look at the size of this place. Apparently this is a hospital that's been put out here. And I have to be careful because a lot of bodies were found out here. Sometimes people will get killed and they would bring them out here to hide the bodies. So tonight, I'm going with you guys to record this place and seeing what I can get.
From the very start, an unsettling atmosphere sets the tone for the video. Franco points out the many dangers of exploring a place like this, emphasizing the need to stay vigilant, not just for paranormal threats, but for people with bad intentions or other unexpected situations. Despite the risks, he presses on. With his night vision on to stay hidden, Franco cautiously approaches the massive, crumbling building and ventures deeper into the night, looking for a safe spot to set up camp inside.
It looks creepy as hell. I'm now making my way to the second floor. I just heard something. I think I'm hearing noises down there too.
As he climbs to the upper floors of the abandoned hospital, a sudden loud noise echoes through the building. It's hard to say what it was. Franco brushes it off, assuming it might have been a stray dog, and continues on.
I did hear what sounded like a creepy howling sound. Listen. It's not the bike. I hear something else. I wonder if that's coming from down here, because it sounds more distant now.
But then, it happens again, louder this time. Franco freezes. His heart races as he scans the darkness with his flashlight and camera, trying to pinpoint the source of the sound.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be anything out here. I'm pretty sure that's coming from the basement. At this point now, I'm going to see if I can make my way to what I think is the most creepiest location here is going to be the basement. The basement's where I'm hearing the majority of the noise. I thought I was hearing it from the second or the first floor, but I think it's echoing from the basement. Hopefully I don't encounter anyone. I don't know about paranormal activity. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. I'm still gonna use my equipment, seeing what I can catch.
Determined to keep going, he decides to check out the hospital's most infamous area, the basement, rumored to be the most haunted and terrifying part of the building. With his camera rolling and flashlight in hand, he cautiously makes his way down, unaware of what's waiting for him.
I'm a little freaked out because this is dangerous. Look at what I'm using for protection. It's an axe, so if they try to give me problems, I just got their hearts out and eat it in front of them. I'm kidding. It's more or less a deterrent. I may still run. else is here. Alright. Now for the basement.
Fortunately, Franco is armed and ready for most situations. But no matter how prepared you are, some threats are far too real. After all, an axe might protect you from one danger, but it's no match for guns.
Making it down, and it is dark. And it sounds like it's getting quieter going down here. And colder. Holy shit. I just switched over to night vision. See if I could see any light. I can't see anything. Only a little door at the very end, but no shadow. Look. Señor, tú eres seguridad. So I had to turn around. I had to turn around because I have security behind me. And I guess they just kicked me out. Seems like they're yelling throughout the whole place. I would like to bribe them, but...
Suddenly, shouting in Spanish echoes through the basement. Franco quickly realizes he's not alone, and he's in serious danger. Without hesitation, he sprints toward the exit, choosing to flee rather than hide. But just as he reaches the outside, he's spotted by armed security guards who fire warning shots in his direction. They're not just patrolling, they're sending a clear message: leave immediately. Shaken but unharmed, Franco doesn't look back. He rushes to his car, still trying to process the terrifying encounter.
I just made it back to the car. We're heading out of here. Unfortunately, I wanted to stay more and do more of an investigation. But again, like I said in the beginning, that location was extremely dangerous. The location I'm in is extremely dangerous. I had a man run out and I got shot at. I didn't get hit, but he shot something. It looked like he had like I don't even know what he had. All I saw was like a shadowy silhouette of a man yelling. At first, I thought it was probably a crazy guy or something, but no, I tried to talk with him, but he wouldn't let me talk. I didn't want to film him. He already had that gun pointed at me. It looked like a rifle or a shotgun, I think, but it didn't sound like a shotgun. Those are pretty loud. It could have been also something else, but I tried to talk with him, but I couldn't get anything out of him. He just wanted me to go, so I started walking, and he even told me to stop shining my flashlight, so I turned it off. Thank God for my friend here. He was there to pick me up. He's my ride back in there. He heard the gunshot go off too. He thought I was done, but I wasn't.
Franco reflects on what just happened. The haunted mental hospital wasn't just dangerous because of the ghost stories. It was a real, tangible threat due to the human presence inside. Though he didn't make it through the entire night, who could blame him? At the end of the day, no video is worth risking your life. This is Sarah, a devoted nature enthusiast who's embraced a life of adventure, roaming across the country in her Jeep Wrangler with her loyal dog always by her side. Through her YouTube channel, Wandering Jeepsy, Sarah shares her breathtaking journeys, giving viewers a window into the beauty and unpredictability of life on the open road. In this video, Sarah heads deep into the remote wilderness of southern Utah, hoping for a quiet evening under the stars, surrounded by nothing but birdsong and the stillness of nature. But what unfolds is far from the peaceful night she had envisioned. It's November 25th, 2024. After a long stretch behind the wheel, Sarah stumbles upon a secluded campsite, isolated, serene, and seemingly perfect. As always, before unpacking, she explores the area on foot, making sure it feels right for an overnight stay.
I like to walk around when I get to my place that I'm setting up camp at and just scope the area out. Make sure there's no crazy people hiding in the bushes or behind the rocks. Or wild animals. No signs of humans. No signs of wildlife. Just hear a bunch of crazy birds chirping. And one of the things I like to do when setting up camp too is scoping out the place, is look on the ground for like wild animal poop.
After thoroughly checking the surroundings, Sarah feels confident she's found the ideal spot. With peace of mind, she begins to set up camp, carefully arranging everything to create a cozy and comfortable home for the night.
Hi, little one. Hi. Let's put this right here. Yes.
With the sun dipping below the horizon, Sarah brews a warm cup of tea and settles in, savoring the quiet. Just her dog, and the soft calls of distant birds. But as the light fades, an unsettling feeling begins to settle in. Up until now, everything had been completely still. No cars, no people, no signs of anyone else for miles. But then, a vehicle suddenly appears at the end of the dirt road, and it doesn't leave. It idles there, shifting positions slowly and strangely, as though the driver is lost. Or watching. A chill runs down Sarah's spine. Something feels wrong. Trusting her instincts, she discreetly grabs her phone, sets it on the dashboard, and begins recording. The atmosphere has changed. The peacefulness is gone, replaced with an uneasy tension that grows with every passing second. The vehicle remains parked, unmoving, for what feels like an eternity. Sarah's unease turns to alarm. Quietly, she starts to pack up some of her gear, trying to stay calm but fully aware that she may need to leave at a moment's notice. Finally, the car begins to roll past. As it creeps by, Sarah catches a glimpse of the driver, a man wearing a face mask, staring directly at her through the open window. His eyes are fixed, cold, and unreadable. Later, as she reviews the footage, that moment sends a chill down her spine. The way he stared, no expression, no words, just a blank, unsettling gaze locked on her. That was all she needed. Her instincts were screaming now. What had once felt like a peaceful retreat now felt vulnerable, exposed, not willing to risk being followed or having the stranger return after dark. Sarah made the difficult decision to pack up camp and leave. She drove away with her heart racing, shaken but safe. That night could have ended very differently had she ignored that gut feeling, but she didn't, and that may have made all the difference. This chilling footage was captured by Xander, a popular YouTuber you might recognize from his channel, Xander Budnick. A true outdoorsman, Xander thrives in the wilderness, testing gear and pushing his limits in extreme conditions. For nearly 20 years, he's taken his viewers on incredible journeys, exploring some of the most remote jungles, islands, and forests on the planet. While Xander has faced countless challenges during his adventures, this particular experience left him truly shaken. It was March 28th, 2021, a cold spring day, when Xander set out on a solo camping trip in a forest not far from his home.
Just got out here, it's 12 degrees Celsius, we got snow on the ground, we got rain on the forecast, and it's that weird time between winter and summer. Some people call it spring, other people call it muck season. That's up to you, but it's definitely an awkward time to go camping. So we're out here with a ton of gear, and basically this is just an experiment, seeing what we can do in this type of season. Let's go.
With his camera rolling, he checked in with his viewers, sharing his plans for the day. Everything seemed perfectly normal as he trekked deeper into the woods, snow crunching beneath his boots, in search of the perfect spot to set up camp. After finding an ideal location, Xander pitched his tent, built a small campfire, and cooked up some dinner. As night settled in, the forest was wrapped in an eerie stillness, broken only by the occasional rumble of distant thunder. Crawling into his sleeping bag, Xander prepared for a quiet, peaceful night. But the night had other plans. In the dead of night, a loud and unsettling noise jolted Xander awake. It was faint at first, like someone, or something, in distress. He lay completely still, straining to hear and pinpoint the direction of the sound. Suddenly, a gunshot echoed through the forest, and just like that, the strange noise stopped. Terrified, Xander remained motionless, listening intently to see if anything or anyone would come closer. But after the gunshot, the forest fell silent once again. He lay awake for what felt like hours, wide-eyed and tense, until exhaustion finally overtook him. When dawn broke, Xander awoke, still shaken by the night's events. Thankfully, nothing had happened to him, and he even managed to prepare breakfast before packing up his gear and heading out of the forest. Later, Xander admitted he had no idea what the noise had been, or where the gunshot had come from. Out of curiosity, he checked the news in the days that followed, but there were no reports of anything unusual. So, what exactly did Xander hear that night? The mystery remains unsolved. This is Frank, who you may recognize from his popular YouTube channel, Franco TV. A platform where he documents his explorations through abandoned locations across the globe. From eerie deserted hospitals and forgotten cemeteries to towering, decaying buildings, his channel has captivated thousands of viewers. It's not just the haunted backdrops that draw people in. It's Frank's calm, suspenseful storytelling and the unpredictable nature of what he uncovers in these haunting places. But one day, Frank would experience just how truly unpredictable these explorations could become. It was February 10th, 2023, a clear, sunny day, when Frank ventured into a quiet, secluded cemetery for another solo investigation. It was just him, his camera, and the eerie stillness of the graveyard.
What is up, guys? Thank you for watching Franco TV. So I am in another cemetery that I found. However, this video will be interlinked with one of my other videos that I did. I remember seeing a static figure standing very still, and I wasn't able to investigate that area due to the fact that I sprained my ankle by pretty much falling down the staircase. I'm okay now, everything's back to normal. I cannot wait to see what that place has in store. However, I found this awesome one that's had like these huge long dark hallways that I want to show you guys.
With no clear plan, he began filming, simply allowing the atmosphere and his intuition to guide him through the grounds.
I wonder where this goes to. Oh my god. It's kind of wiggly. Look how dark it is down there. My bag keeps getting caught with the fence or the railing of this thing. I actually thought something was there.
While exploring the church on the property, Frank stumbled across a strange room, one that felt eerily frozen in time. The air shifted. Something about this space immediately put him on edge. The room was pitch black, save for the harsh beam of his flashlight slicing through the darkness. At the far end, a solemn statue of Jesus Christ stood watch, surrounded by aging graves. The room radiated a heavy silence, the kind that presses on your chest. There were no lights, just Frank, the shadows, and a growing sense of unease. As he stepped further inside, a chilling sound broke the silence.
Already hearing something. I just don't know if that's coming from outside or inside. Out again? It is really hot where I'm at too. So if you notice that I'm sweating, it's because it's hot. I just got a loud bang over here.
The unmistakable sound of a woman sobbing echoed through the room. Frank froze, scanning every shadow, trying to pinpoint the source. Then, a loud, jarring noise reverberated through the hallways. Without hesitation, Frank followed the sound, unaware of what he was about to encounter.
Look at this. Capilla 12. I'm getting knocking. It's coming from over here.
He heard knocking, loud, rhythmic pounding, as if someone were banging from behind a wall. He assumed it could be someone trapped behind one of the graves. But when he searched the area, there was no one. To his horror, the sound seemed to be coming from within the graves themselves. It was as if something, or someone, was desperately trying to escape from beneath the ground.
Hola? Hello? ¿Quién es? Who's there?
He softly whispered, "Hello?" The knocking instantly stopped. The silence that followed was unnerving, so complete it rang in his ears. But just as suddenly as it had ceased, the banging returned, this time even louder, more desperate.
Is that coming from? It sounds like it's coming from the tomb areas. Yeah, I'm gonna change my brightness there. Hermelia? Sarah?
Frank realized he needed a better view and switched his camera to night vision. The flashlight beam vanished, plunging the room into total darkness. He called out once more and leaned in, pressing his ear against the wall to listen more closely. That's when it happened.
Anyone? Hola? I want to try something. Hola? I literally got my hair standing in the back of my neck right there. That was creepy. Usually I would say if that's like the building settling or something, but that was straight up creepy.
A thunderous bang exploded from inside the tomb, so loud and violent that it made Frank physically jump back in fear. He bolted from the hallway, gasping for air as he reached the open cemetery grounds. Trying to calm himself, Frank continued wandering. That's when he noticed a staircase hidden in the shadows, leading down to a basement. Against his better judgment, curiosity pulled him forward. As he descended, the silence was abruptly shattered by a sharp, piercing noise.
You won't believe what I just found in here. And I found this. Haven't been inside just yet. I seen it from outside. Look. The hell is that about? I'm hearing noises out there.
A scream. It was faint, yet alarmingly close. The dread returned, heavier this time. But after a few tense moments, Frank steeled himself and pressed onward.
Found something very disturbing. Someone broke into another tomb here, and this was closed.
In the basement, he found something horrifying. Someone had broken into a grave, specifically a baby's tomb. The lid was removed, and worse, the tiny remains were missing. Bones were scattered across the floor, likely stolen for disturbing occult rituals. The sight was gut-wrenching. Unable to process what he'd just seen, Frank rushed back upstairs, completely unaware that whoever had done this might still be lurking somewhere nearby.
Soy seguridad. ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? Señor. Absolutely not. Señor. ¿Quién es? It's not good. I don't want to be back here. There's some guy here. This is probably the guy that was whistling, and probably the same person that might have broken into that tomb. He's still looking. Yo, just go. All I have is mace on me and a knife. ¿Qué tú quieres? He's leaving.
At the end of a narrow passage stood a man, his figure shadowed, his presence chilling. He wasn't there to talk. He moved slowly, almost methodically, as if trying to box Frank in. Panic set in. Frank's heart raced, but just as quickly as he appeared, the man turned and walked away. Frank took the opportunity and made a run for it, but the way out was the same direction the man had taken. Treading carefully, every muscle in his body tense, Frank crept forward.
My only way out right now is the way I just came in. And this guy is still up there.
He desperately wanted to get out, but something told him the man wasn't gone.
Please don't attack me. He's gone. He is gone. person? You don't mess around with that. I don't know where he went. And I can hear someone screaming down this hall. Hear it? Listen. Someone's screaming. Alright, I'm now recording with the night vision, and someone just came out. I'm gonna see if I can walk a little bit closer. I was hearing something creepy with something like moaning from down there. And some guy just came out with long hair and then ran that way. I'm trying to see if I could kind of catch him on camera. There he is. Look. Yep, he's coming this way. Alright, he just walked into the other tombs there. Yeah, this guy's on something. He just passed right through there. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I saw it. That's the guy right there. I think he's towards the front gate. This is getting dangerous. I don't know who that guy is. I don't even know where the hell the security is. Something's there next to him. Alright, I'm gonna cut it here.
And then he saw him again. The man was wandering aimlessly through the cemetery. Frank decided to follow him from a distance, capturing footage to show to security. He watched as the man approached the front gate and locked it. Alarmed, Frank quickly made his way to the gate once the man walked off, then went straight to report what he'd seen. Security was alerted, but the man, he vanished. No one knows who he was, what he was doing, or what he was truly after. All Frank could do was leave, shaken but unharmed. As he drove away, one thought haunted his mind. Who or what was that person? And what were they doing in a place meant only for the dead? The mystery remains unsolved. Meet Bear, a man whose passion for the wild takes him deep into nature's most mysterious corners. Through his YouTube channel, Exploring with Bear, he shares his love for adventure and the unknown. Tonight, he's headed into the heart of a dense forest, a place where some of his viewers claim to have seen the elusive cryptid, Bigfoot. It's January 2nd, 2025, and Bear arrives in the woods late in the evening. The temperature is dropping fast as he makes his way to a remote campsite, miles from civilization. It feels like the perfect spot for the night. But little does Bear know, this forest holds secrets he's about to uncover.
All right, let's get this fire going.
As the last light fades, Bear sets up camp. He quickly gets a fire going, the crackling flames bringing a small comfort against the creeping cold. He knows the night ahead might bring more than just a quiet night under the stars. Not long after, Bear hears something. A sharp crack cuts through the silence, like a branch snapping. He brushes it off, chalking it up to the forest settling in for the night. But something feels off. The air feels heavier, still. Before heading out to explore, Bear sets up a camera near his camp. In front of it, he places a single apple, an offering of sorts, a potential lure.
Oh, it's cold. All right, so we'll let that sit there for a bit.
With the camera rolling, Bear heads into the forest, hoping to catch something unusual. As he ventures deeper into the woods, the atmosphere changes. The trees seem to whisper. The night grows unnervingly quiet.
That sounded like metal. That sounded like a gate or something, like a metal gate, but there is no metal gate back here that I know of. Oh.
Suddenly, a new sound emerges from the shadows, a metallic creak, like an old gate slowly opening. Then, a series of heavy knocks echo in the distance. Bear freezes. His heart races with a strange mix of fear and excitement. Unbeknownst to him, back at the camp, the camera captures something unsettling. A low, guttural growl, eerie and unmistakable, echoes through the cold air. But Bear is still out there, unaware.
What is this? This is There's more tracks. There's more tracks. I don't want to know. Whatever it is, it can't be good. I've never had anything good happen.
Eventually, the trail takes him to the edge of a frozen lake. More prints scatter the snowy ground around it. A chill runs through Bear, not just from the cold, but from something deeper, something primal. Deciding he's gone far enough, Bear begins his hike back to camp, his mind spinning with questions. When he returns, he immediately checks the apple in front of the camera, anxious to see if anything has changed.
Apple's still there. Bigfoot, my boy, did not come get the apple yet. That's all right. That's all right. We'll leave it sit here all night, though. All right, we gotta get back to the truck. I'm freaking scared. I'm freezing. Okay. Let's get in the back.
Later that night, Bear retreats to his truck. The bitter cold pushes him to seek shelter. As the wind howls outside, he slips into his sleeping bag, leaving one final camera rolling, just in case. Eventually, sleep overtakes him. The wilderness wraps around him, silent and vast. But sometime in the night, the camera records a loud bang, a heavy impact hitting the side of Bear's truck. He sleeps through it. By morning, the forest feels calm again. The sun rises, birds begin to sing, the world feels normal. Bear packs up and leaves. But as he reviews the footage later, the mystery of what happened that night lingers in his mind. Whatever made that sound in the dark? He may never know. Meet Luke, a passionate nature enthusiast who lives for hiking, backpacking, and wild camping adventures. Through his YouTube channel, The Outdoor Gear Review, he shares his journeys, offering viewers a raw and honest glimpse into both the beauty and the challenges of life in the great outdoors. In this video, Luke embarks on a truck camping trip deep in the remote wilderness of Virginia, seeking peace, solitude, and a break from the noise of everyday life. But what starts off as a peaceful retreat soon takes a disturbing and unexpected turn. It's August 2nd, 2021, a warm summer day. After spending some time scouting the area, Luke finally finds what seems to be the perfect spot to park his truck for the night. He begins setting up his sleeping area, preparing for what he expects to be a calm evening surrounded by nothing but nature.
We have the bug mesh set up to keep all the black flies out. I have a table set up. I have my sleeping pad inflated. I have my bedding and all that ready to go. I have the lights. I have my fan.
With his camp fully set up, Luke takes a moment to enjoy the stillness. He notices a thunderstorm forming in the distance and decides to take advantage of the remaining sunlight by heading out on a short hike. As he explores the area, he soaks in the views and the peaceful atmosphere.
So, as far as the weather goes, it's changing rapidly. We have thunder back here. We have some building dark clouds over here. Okay. Now, there's thunder over here. We have this super big dark monster forming over here. Tell you what, we may not hike very far for the simple fact that if it started pouring, I don't know if we'd get back in time. I'm not sure if we would even see the rain unless it was on top of us. But it is beautiful, everyone. Just gorgeous. Whoa. Check this out. The sky is bizarre looking. What is that? Hopefully that's showing up on camera. That's incredible.
With the storm drawing closer, Luke wisely decides to cut his hike short and return to camp before the rain arrives. Back at his truck, he settles in, ready to relax and enjoy the calm while it lasts.
So you can see there, maybe, I've begun rounding the edge there. I'm going to round all the way around this thing. That's nicely put, isn't it? I'm going to round all the way around this thing. That's funny. Yeah, folks, as far as the afternoon goes, nice, smooth, pleasant. It's been nice and quiet. It's been storming all day, all around us. But yet, nothing here, nothing so far.
After brewing a cup of coffee and passing the time carving a small wooden sculpture, Luke feels completely at peace. The storm seems to be holding off, and the quiet serenity of the forest wraps around him like a blanket. But that sense of calm is short-lived. As the sun begins to set, casting a golden glow across the landscape, Luke starts preparing dinner.
We have super thick bacon, burger, beef patty, cheddar cheese. Cheers, everyone. All right, folks.
Just as he takes his first few bites, an odd sound suddenly breaks the silence.
Absolutely bizarre.
A strange, laughter-like noise echoing from the trees nearby. Startled, Luke listens carefully. The laughter is followed by voices, slurred, erratic, and unsettling. It becomes clear that a woman, along with what sounds like a group of others, is moving through the woods. Their bizarre behavior suggests they might be under the influence of drugs. Not knowing their intentions, Luke stays completely still, hoping they'll pass by without noticing him.
Came down, turned around, went back out. From the moment I heard that vehicle, I could still hear her. She's laughing hysterically, but not a normal laugh. Anytime that you go to remote areas, you will find people like that.
Minutes drag on like hours until, finally, the voices fade into the distance. Though relieved, a lingering unease remains. Luke finishes his meal, the earlier piece now replaced by a heightened sense of alertness. Still determined to stick to his plan, Luke decides to stay the night, hoping the strange visitors won't return. As darkness falls and the forest grows quiet again, the unsettling tension never quite leaves him. When he finally crawls into his sleeping setup, he struggles to find rest, his mind racing, always listening for any sound in the woods. It's only when the first light of dawn breaks through the trees that Luke finally feels a wave of relief wash over him. Though the night passed without further incident, the experience leaves a lasting mark, a reminder that even in the most serene settings, danger can arrive without warning, and in the wilderness, it always pays to be prepared for the unexpected. What do you think was the most disturbing encounter on this list? Have you ever experienced something unexplainable while camping? Let us know in the comments below.